Sit back and throw one back with your pinky in the air and a middle finger to the world, and join me, the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, as we look back on this day in pro wrestling history. But before we do, put that drink down, like, share, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get our wrestling history on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is October 28th, and we're going to start off as we always do on a positive note. That's right, these are your pro wrestling birthdays. 1951, Canada's own Iron Mike Sharp. 1976, the big man himself, Dan Maff. 1979, Rico Rodriguez. 1980, Rev Your Hemis for Christy Hemi. And last but not least, 1982, Rocky Romero. Of course, on the flip side of that coin, your pro wrestling deaths for October 28th. 2020, Tracy Smothers. All right, enough of the sad stuff. It's time to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right, these are your pro wrestling history highlights for October 28th. A short trip in the Wayback Machine today as we start in 1975, where we see Carl Cox defeat Dick Murdoch to win the TSW North American Heavyweight title. Skipping all the way to 1989, the first WCW Halloween Havoc pay-per-view is held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at the Civic Center, with a main event of Ric Flair and Sting, seconded by Ole Anderson, defeating the Great Muta and Terry Funk, seconded by Gary Hart, in a Thunderdome cage match. Grabbing my flannel and going to the decade of grunge, 1995. Jesse James Armstrong and Tracy Smothers defeat PG-13 for the USWA Tag Team titles in Memphis, Tennessee, ending PG-13's 9th reign. And last but not least, on our super short trip in the Wayback Machine today, sticking in 1995, Mikey Whipwreck defeats the Sandman for the ECW World Television title. Those were your super short but sweet pro wrestling history highlights for October 28th. I'm the eclectic gentleman Stephen Watts, and we'll see you tomorrow.